Welcome to the Soul Cave. What's up, everybody? What's going on? Man, it's been a while. It's been a long while. Well, let's address the elephant in the room, shall we? Now, they're not all gone. Pretty much of them are. I still got some up in the store that I'm selling. I still have some in a stack that's I'm on the fence about. As you guys know, that I had a situation with the business, and it's led me to do some things that kind of, broke my heart to do, but that's life. You do it, get it done, and move on, and that's what I'm doing. So we are still here. I'm not at my goal yet with the business, but I'm at least comfortable. I'm about $14,000 away from being exactly where I want to be. And it's not bad starting at $54,000. So, pat myself on the back for getting through this as well as I have. But that's life, like I said. And I'm still not there yet, but I'm still at I'm at a comfortable enough pace where I can start getting back into the shoe game. And then what I've done is I went ahead and I'm starting to just empty all my shelves. And what we're going to do is we're going to build the Soul Cave together. How about that? I'm going to build it back in front of the camera. But as you see, I left my Yeezys up and my suede Pumas just because I've got the bags tagged and I didn't want to mess with them. So it's fine where they are. But so as time goes on, what we'll do is we'll do a new shoe and then we'll do a placement of an old shoe. We'll throw an old shoe back, we'll revisit that old shoe, and we'll place it up onto the shelf. How about that? So to start off with, dude, this room is such a mess. I've just been my heart's been so out of it. Just having to sell off the collection that I just didn't care. I had to put myself in that mind frame of not caring. To be honest with you, as of right now, I can't even remember what I have sold and what I didn't sell. Just because I tried to go mentally blank with it. So I've got shoes all over the floor that I've been wearing, that I've kept, and then empty boxes everywhere. So I've got to get it all organized and back up on the shelves to start appreciating it again and enjoying it for what it is. So now I feel like I can mentally get to that point where I can do that. So thanks everybody for hanging in, waiting for me. And I think I've gotten 2 pairs, one on the way, so 3 pairs since the whole selling, because there was some that I did not want to pass up. I believe there might be an extra one down here. I don't remember, but we'll get to that when we get to it. When I do, I'll remember if I made a video for it or not. But the first pair I was watching 4 months. That would be this pair we're doing right now. And it was one shoe I didn't want to pass up. The actual style of the shoe was something that I wasn't really going to get until I saw this colorway. And I'm like, I got to get that shoe. So what that is it's a Lebron 10 Low. And if you're follow me on Instagram and everything, you've been keeping up with my shoes and my Facebook page, you know what's coming. So That would be the watermelons. Because you know what they say about those long-haired white boys. They love their fried chicken and they love their watermelon. I've wore these a few times, as you can tell. Haven't been in the mood to make a video for them, so the whole make the video before I wear them thing kind of went out the window. But I love this colorway. This is, in my opinion, the best and the only colorway worth purchasing for this. I know that the Raptors were hyped up. Why? Because there was an eyeball on the damn outer sole thing. Woo! An eyeball on the outer sole. I've got to get that shoe. Woohoo! Yeah, whatever. So I love this shoe. Love the colors. Mango, I believe it is. Bright mango. And I ain't even going to try to pronounce all those other words and figure out what the frick those abbreviations stand for. But there it is. The watermelons, I believe, were my first purchase during all this stuff to add back into the collection. So the mango watermelon. So we're going to place these. And I'm thinking maybe we'll put them right here in between. What do you think? As you can tell, you know, remember these were 3 shoes deep on these. So we're back to 1. We're back to old school, and on my very first video where there was only 1 shoe in each square. So we're getting back to that. How about that? So, you know what, but it's cool to start over, you know? I mean, sometimes you need to shake things up in life, you know? You may not like it, but sometimes it's necessary. Sometimes it's necessary to get that love back. I mean, if you watch some of my past videos, there toward the end, they were just so routine and just so monotone. Well, maybe not monotone because I always say goofy, stupid shit, but there was, the love for the sneaker appeared to have died in my eyes. The way I presented them compared to my older videos where I was just, I think, you know, once you get too much of something, it just starts becoming, you know, not as exciting, I guess. So it kind of feels good, and I'm the optimistic type of person, and so I try to take the positive out of everything. So that's the way I'm looking at it, is that I can get back to actually loving the sneakers I buy. I'm not going crazy like I did before. I'm only going to get what I love. But I'm going to do it in another way too, you know. With all the hype and the reselling these days, that's just the way to go. I mean, that's the way it is, unfortunately. And that's the way I'm going to have to be, because I've got to pay for this stuff in a totally different way now. You know, my monthly income has dropped significantly since the whole Amazon issue, so I've got to look at everything in a different light now. I have to come at it in a different angle. And a lot of people don't buy into the whole resale thing, but hey, you got to do what you got to do what you love to do in this life, you know. I'm not the type of person who plays cutthroat, who goes into a store with a connection and tries to empty them out before anybody else gets shoe. I'm the type of guy who stands around till about 10 after 10 and go, okay, give me what's left. You know, so that's the way I do things, because I kind of feel like, you know, that's the proper way of doing it. Will that change? I don't know. I can't say. Yeah, I'm such a rebel. I rebel against my own words, as you can probably tell in all my past videos. I'm not going to try to get into the whole, you know, there's a lot of other channels that get into the whole discussion of shoes and what have you. But I like to try to keep it simple, you know, like the Yo Auntie Live. I done that once. I got to get back on there again, though, sometime. But, you know, on there they break it down, everything down, you know, which is cool. But my videos, I want to go back to my roots. I just want to keep it simple and stupid, you know? And keep it the happy route, you know? And try not to break it down too much and whatever. But you know me, like I said, I'm such a rebel. I rebel against myself. So who knows if those words will stick true. And I'm still looking at this instead of looking at that. And I'll never get used to doing that. But so there we are. I'm going to try what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to do a lot of talking on this video. How about that? Actually, what we're going to do is we're going to place another shoe up there to give you guys another shoe after my long talk. How about that? Don't fast forward. All right, now I lost my spot. Where the hell was I? But I totally spaced. I'm gonna have to pause this and regroup. But I don't know. I'm just gonna do whatever I feel, you know. But I'm gonna try to, like I said, just bring the love back. I think the word I was looking for is when you got too much of something, it becomes a routine, and that's what the shoe collecting was for me. It was just a routine, you know. And one of the puppies barking at. And so I'm kind of glad to get out of that routine, you know, to get out of all the, especially nowadays, the hype and everything's so big. I mean, I think I did a video probably a year and a half, if not longer ago, about the shoe, you know, collecting shoes, sneakerheads, and then jump the shark. And so it's just a whole different day and age of sneakers. And so you have to just roll with it. So I'm kind of glad to get out of that snowball effect where you just buy just to, you know, make a video and, you know, whatever. I mean, I never cared what other people think, but there's a lot of people out there who get just to be cool. And, you know, I get it to an extent because, like, you know, if you watched my past videos, you knew how I grew up and how I wanted sneakers just to fit in so I could stop getting picked on and what have you. So I get it to an extent, but this day and age, it's to a whole nother level. And listen to me sound like an old fogey or some crap. You sound like your parents on here. But no, just everything changes. But I don't bitch about it, or I try not to bitch about it anyway. I try to do more rolling with it than complaining about it. So it is what it is. And we'll take it at that. So we'll get to another shoe. We're going to place another shoe up on the shelves. How about that? Actually, I think we'll do two shoes right now. We're going to revisit, do a little rewind here. And since it's the Halloween, it's October. And through the mail, I do have coming, if you guys remember my Halloween line, if you're metal, you know Halloween, you know the German power metal band, Halloween. I love that band, one of my favorite bands, one of my top 5 favorite bands. So I designed a shoe after them based on Halloween and what have you. And it was the orange, black, and white shoes I was doing. And so we're going to put those up on shelves. We're going to revisit them. But I do have coming a LeBron 10. I grabbed one before they took them offline. I don't know. Did they take them offline when they put the 11s up? Probably. I don't know. When I got an email saying they were not going to be up very much longer, so I went and made my Halloween version of LeBron 10s, which I haven't heard nothing in about a week and a half, 2 weeks, which is odd. So, but anyway, I'm hoping to get them by Halloween. So we're going to revisit a couple of older pairs. We're going to throw them up on the shelf. First we'll do, obviously, the Nike ID. Ta-da, was the Kobe's. And there we are. Kobe 7s. Yes. Yeah. 7s. Yeah. The Halloween editions. One thing I did try was on the LeBron 10s, I noticed that they won't let you put the word hell on one shoe. That's a bad word. You can't put that on our shows. That's bad, but I could put hello, Wayne. So, since it's the season, we're going to throw these right up here. We're going to save a spot for the LeBron 10s when they come in. You know, I'm getting out of low tops, man. I was never really a huge low top fan, and I think that when I started pulling shoes, that was one thing that went a lot first was the low tops. I think I got rid of like all my KD 5s, which are high tops, except one, the Black Hair's 3 months. That's cool, but we're not gonna get into that. But all the LeBron 6s and 7s, I mean, I still have them. I was gonna keep them, but a lot of low tops I got rid of. So I think I don't know. I'm on the fence because I like them, but I don't. Yeah, they're not a necessity. So I may eventually put them up. Either that or just start wearing them as everyday beater type shoes. Maybe I'll just do that. I don't know. I'm confused still. Help me. Speaking of, if I sell any of these, will probably be the first one to go since they have the most value. But alright, so we got the Halloween Kobe's. See, I keep freaking tripping over trash on the floor. God, it's turned into a storage, man. I got freaking, when I was having back problems, I got my little hang up upside down thing here. I got my jacks. Hello, this is my buddy Jack here. He's here to help us. Oh, his shoe fell off. Want to do a shoe review, Jack? Let's see what Jack's wearing today. This is Jack. Give you a penis shot and an ass shot. How about that? But this is Jack. He's got about 4 lookalikes in here. Picked these guys up at Spencer's like years ago. I put them on clearance for 20 bucks a piece. Had them in storage, and I just took them out of storage actually because I was going to put them up on eBay before Halloween, but I never got around to it because I didn't found boxes because they're like freaking 6 feet tall. Dude's as tall as I am. And let's do a shoe review. Here's Jack's shoe review. Now, if you look at these, they don't have much support in them. I mean, how do you walk around in these, Jack? I mean, my feet would ache for days if I wore these things. But there's the sole shot. Whatever. Anyway, so stay. Obviously, if you remember, my other Halloween purchase was the Spizikes. Spizikes! Obviously. Kick ass, and the Halloween on those were on the tabs. So, I forgot what my freaking Lebrons even looked like because I didn't get a screenshot of them before I sent it off. So, it'll be a little bit of a surprise when I get them because I don't remember exactly how I did them. Obviously the same colors. So we're going to go here with the Spizikes. We're building the wall together. Alright. We're coming back strong. Upcoming releases I want to get, I have to get. I've got to find a way to get. I do not have luck online with new releases through Nike and Twitter and all that crap. God, I hate the way it's set up. All the bots out there, but I gotta get those DB foam posits, man. Those things look so killer. And even the 10s, I'm not a big 10 fan. I actually sold, I had, 2 pairs of 10s. I had the Royals and the Blues, and I had the red from way back when. Not the original release, probably the retro release of that, but I sold them. I'm not a big 10 person, but those DB10s kick ass. I just love that whole black and the freaking red on them. Awesome. But I want the 10s, but I've got to get those foams, man. Those foams, you know me, I love foams. I've been a foam posit person for a while. But before all the hype was, when you could get them on the shelves, I got to get those DB10s. Those kick ass. And so anyway, that's the one, and the asteroids. Those asteroid foam posits. Got to get those too. Those hopefully will be a little bit easier for me to get because I think I can get those in a local store. But got to get those 2 foams. What else do I want? I'm going to get the 11s. I like 11s, obviously. And so I'm going to get the Gammas, 11s. My wife Jan wants a pair of those, so I'll get those. And then hopefully get some to resell of those to help pay for my collection. I'll probably get some 10 or some 12s, but taxis, but I probably won't keep them. I'll probably sell those. So you can keep an eye out if you're not able to get those. I always try to go the lowest on eBay and then some, and then free shipping and all that crap. So I try to make money, but yet try to undercut everybody. So I'm not one of the people that puts it up for extremely stupid prices expecting it to sell. So I think those are the only 2 I remember right offhand that are just like, gotta get. I didn't even get into the steel 10s. Like I said, I'm not a big 10 person. And I thought they would probably put more out than they did, but obviously they didn't. I'm not even sure what the secondhand price is going for on those right now. But from a selling standpoint, I probably should have grabbed a couple of those. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't checked. The one thing I did pass up, which I kicking myself, was those girls Fusion tins, those all red tins. Those things, those GS sizes sold out quick. I didn't expect that. That was crazy. And I was going to be able to get at least one pair or two, and I let it slide. I passed on it, and now I'm kicking myself for that because that could have paid for my next video, which you'll see. I'm not going to. If you follow me, you know what the next video is already going to be. So I think that's going to be it for this video, for now anyway. What I'm going to try to do is shoot different parts of this video all week long and then edit it and upload it on Sundays. So we'll see how long that lasts, but that's what I'm going to try to do. So anyway, I think that's it for now. I'll add more if I think about anything else later. Alright, so there we go. We started off with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 back up, and we'll go from there. Later, everybody.